Education na one thing wey President Bio a new direction government believe in, and the free quality education be enrolled for all peoples na primary and secondary school all over the country. Although challenges dem dey, but na something wey need all man for join and for get am right. One son of the soil, Hosu Dadida Jallo from Mabunduka village, Sanda Tendarin chiefdom inside Karine district, don turn the sword for the construction of 6 classroom secondary school building na in village for ease the suffering for pikin dem wey dey waka one district to the other just for access education. But outside this idea comot, and wetin motivate am na been the first question I put forward to the pioneer Usu Dadida Jallo for this laudable adventure.
My community na one of the most deprived communities na Sierra Leone, I can say, because access to education, access to good drinking water and health system na a very big and critical challenge na then end and especially the interior of the provinces. And I think say we need for step up and see how best we dey complement government efforts to the drive for achieve quality education. That motivate me for going to my home and try to see how myself go give back to community and mitigate the challenges of education, especially access to secondary school.
One go say, why na secondary school? You think that's not the felt need of your village?
Well, that's not one of the biggest felt need for my village, and in fact the neighboring villages that we dey around. I can tell you for my own village to outside the secondary school they na the Baptist secondary school na Gbendembu Gwao chiefdom inside Bombali, to my own village inside Mabunduka village when I carry in a district. You see the people they come up from one district to another. The distance we pick they work every day is about 8 miles to and fro for attend secondary school. The challenges them plenty. So that's one of the felt needs we I think say my community badly need, especially for picking everyone for land book.
One go say Daddy Dan a young man, he no go get second resources. It's an adventure for take this strive than they. Who said this resource they come up from Daddy Dan for get this project done?
Well, interestingly, this is not a funded project, not to a government funded project, not to an NGO funded project. This is not a community driven something. Like you say, me a young man just after university and think say it's high time we do something. We no need for wait and until government come on dust everything. So the resources are not there. This is not just a critical challenge where I take us say no, we no need to forget everything. Let's start something. We believe and we bank on people that we believe in education. We're very supportive, philanthropists. We go say, okay, let's come and this guy is doing something good. Let's come and support. The dream is not just a secondary school. It's for see how best we get a very big university in Akaine district.
Yeah, one could say that one is big and huge and it's gonna take some years to achieve university in other parts of the country. But you talk about community driven, how the stakeholders them at the village, including the chief, embrace this project and say we are part of it and give some blessing.
They were overwhelmed. The very first day I bring this initiative to them that this is what I want to do. In fact, that day they treat me like a king. Now that day I see the reality of how politicians can be celebrated when they get victory. So I felt the urgency. They were very happy and they committed. What they did, in fact, the whole of the land, a very big portion of land would then give is free. The community give them. The community they give free labor. The community they give the local materials, the sand, the stones, and the labor. All we need for do now forget the external materials. Initially, before now, we still use mud blocks, but because of the rains and say this is a school, or we do something that is very, very, we will be very conducive. We are now doing cement blocks. We will turn this out for the construction the 29th of last month, and now a 6 classroom building, a JSS. We each form they get 2 class, we get a library, we get a store, we get a staff room. The environment is very conducive according to the architectural plan of the building.
When the people or when it thinks this projects you go and accomplish them?
Well, I try and the community they try follow say we get there before the end of this year. We get completed at most by the first third month of 2022. We are done with the secondary school, provided if the resources are available and everything is there.
What can be encouraging words to the people in the village, on the district entirely, the stakeholders and down there, and even the young people we think say we're just waiting to government, but rather we're taking the leadership now?
Sanda Tendarin chiefdom, now one of the biggest chiefdom in Sierra Leone. We form one of the bulk resources in our country, and this chiefdom for a very long time now one of the outstanding chiefdom. It involves a lot. So to me, I want to encourage everybody. I mean, we get caliber of people we don't come off from standard Trinidad, but it's not about suicide come out, it's about what have you done for your home, what can you support. This now a goal driven project where everybody is open for come support. I mean, you can imagine one thrilling thing is that even people within the community where it was very difficult to get their day-to-day bread, they even they pull in them pocket and say, okay, well, me today give 10,000 loans for them cook for the workman. That's just motivating. How about you? We don't in the diaspora, we in Sierra Leone, we get a very big position. Come let help this. This is not about one person. This is about helping the kids let they acquire better education. Because I mean, kids everywhere in any side of Sierra Leone, it is incumbent on them for get quality education. And for far too long, we get a high rate of dropouts in that community there, especially in the environs, especially with girl picking. Imagine if they work at 7-8 miles every day. Some they come over about 10 miles for Kangbenembu. So if you get to secondary school, they combat most of the teenage pregnancies, school dropout, and all of that. The picking they really want for educate, but who should stand? And somebody has stood. We just need the resources and the support. So we call on everybody.
For develop the human capital is a must for any country. We want sustainable development. Mahmoud Fofana. Education now one thing